Hello, everyone. Hello, beautiful people. Today's message is going to be a little kind of a couple topics, but I believe the most important thing that I say today in my message is the understanding of karma. The understanding of karma is that if you do good, you'll get good in return, and if you do bad, you'll get bad in return. But to do good, you must get something in return. The reality is, you should do good because your heart tells you to, not because you expect to be rewarded. That, in my opinion, is the problem with people believing in karma. We must always do good no matter what we get in return. It is a part of our power to control our feelings. We do not let judgment of others affect how we see ourselves. That was just a little part there that I wrote down earlier that I thought it was important to share. Because we in our world believe that if we do something good, we're going to get something in return that is good. But why do we believe that? Why do we believe that if we do something, we get something back in return? Why are we taught that is how our reality works? Because that is not how our reality works. To do good, you should just do good. If you want to be a good person, be a good person. If you don't want to be a good person, I'm sorry about that. But the reality is, not everybody is doing good in our world right now. And there's not a lot that we can do to change that, besides bringing our own gifts and our own light back into the reality of this universe. Like I've stated many times, we all have our own gifts that make us so uniquely special and different. We all have the power to do something special and unique. With me, it is my voice, and with some other people I've talked to, and it's helped me learn more myself with connecting with people that are like-minded, is understanding that we all have our own unique gifts. Some people can do poetry, some people can write books, some people can make art, some people can build things. It is within your heart to understand what your true talents are and bring those talents out so that you can use those talents to make a difference. Because right now, it is time. It is time that we rise up. It is time that we rise up into the light and make a difference. We can no longer sit by and do nothing. We have to make a change. We have to rise into the light and bring our community into this light and stop letting fear control who we are. Because the reality is, so many people that I've talked to, they say, well, I would do this, but I'm too nervous or I'm too afraid. For me, when I first started making my videos, my voice was not loud and vibrant as it should have been because I was not totally in my divine guidance. The reality is also when you're writing or you're drawing or you're teaching or you're speaking, that is when your guides are with you most. That is when they're telling you and teaching you what to say and what to do and showing you how to use your gift to bring the light back into this universe. Yeah. We can no longer stop and do nothing. The reality is, this doesn't mean going to war or storming buildings and causing mayhem. This means doing small acts of kindness in your daily lives, bringing kindness and love back into this universe and helping people who need help and showing a new reality in this universe of love and light. Because the reality is we can do it. We have the power. We are the way showers of this new reality. And we have to do what we have to do. And this means right now standing up for the light. This means rising up in our divinity and no longer standing in fear of what may come. Right now? Listen to your guides as they are guiding you on what you should be doing in this time. As I am guided to speak, you are guided to do what you must do to bring the light back into this universe. Listen to your heart. Meditate. Do something different. Change your life. The reality is, if you're still not doing anything differently, then how can you expect a change to occur? If you're living your life the same way as you did in the beginning, then how is your life any different? And how are you making a change? My journey started back in June, and that is when I found out who I was. And since then, I've learned and changed so much about who I was. I was a person who believed collecting and having material was what made me happy, because we are taught that in this material world, that material things is what bring us happiness. But that is not true. Material wealth is not happiness. Love and light and community is happiness. Living in a new world where everyone has abundance and not just the 1% has control and power over us is what will bring light back to this world. And what I was going to say there, because sometimes I kind of ramble off and forget some of the other things that are important to say. I lived my life eating cheeseburgers and pizza and steaks and meat almost every single day of my life, eating fast food. Even though I knew how to cook, I had spent all of my career cooking for other people, but not for so long. I was not doing that for myself. The number one thing I've changed in my life is I no longer eat meat. I do not take the life force of another being to nourish my own. How can we believe that it's right to take another's life force to nourish our own being? That is not right. Animals were given as gifts to us. Everything happens for a reason, good or bad. I also no longer do anything but drink water. You should only be drinking water and eating healthy, nutritional foods. Food should not make you feel groggy and tired afterwards. It should give you energy and a vibrantness about yourself. So if you are still doing those things, I truly hope that my words can help you to understand that you must change. You must do something different. And the other number one thing is, don't watch TV. The reality is there's some shows and movies and stuff like that that can be helpful. But the thing for me that has helped me to be different is that when I watch these types of media or news or anything like that, I can underlining see the truth of what's being manipulated into our minds. Most people cannot. They cannot see how they're being manipulated by their media and their governments to be one way and to not care about other people. The reality is love is the most powerful vibration in all the universe, and we get to experience it in the most unique way here, and to teach of it, and to share it with others. Our hearts are so special, but we have to go within them to share love and to bring it back into our universe. Mary, oh, I love you so much. See, I love my creation so much, and she loves me too. This is my little Sunny. I think I've introduced Pearl before because she comes into a lot of the videos, but this is Sunny, and she's been with me for 6 years. She came to me in a time where I needed her most, and I believe that she is my little angel of guidance and protection. And literally, when I first started doing my meditations and everything, she would come to me every single time, and she would want to be in my lap during my vibrations, that's because I believe that cats can feel our vibrations more than anything else. Because cats in themselves, when you think about their purrs, they're vibrating all the time in a very high vibrational energy. If an animal is drawn to you or comes to you, believe that it came to you for a reason, to guide you and to help you in this process of darkness that we are in now. And like I've said, and I will continue to say, No longer can we sit and hide in our fear. No longer can we do nothing. Now is a time that we rise up and make a difference for all, because we are the wayshowers and the ones who can make the biggest change here. But we have to go out and do something to make a difference. Pay it forward. Help somebody in need. Do something of good. If you have the ability to do so, please do so, because these small acts of kindness are what will start to change the reality of our universe. It doesn't take one big, huge act to make a change. It takes small little moments in time to make a change. These little effects will make one huge difference in the end. Don't be afraid of who you are. Trust who you are at the end of the day, no matter what. I understand that this is a very difficult time for people who don't understand who they are. But the reality is, as much as I love helping people and teaching people, I can't tell somebody who they are. I can feel their energies as an empath, yes, but I can't tell you who you are. I can't tell you your guidance within your heart. Only you have the ability to understand who you are and to learn about who you are. Music has helped me and has always been a big, enormous part of my life, because I believe, well, it depends on what kind of music you're listening to, actually. Positive music, positive energy, positive love. When you meditate, for me, when I first started meditating, I would use HemiSync because it helped me disconnect from my mind, because I thought that that's what I must do. But when I started taking the music away and listening to nothing, that is when all of a sudden things changed for me. I started getting messages that at first I didn't understand. Now, for some channelers, excuse me, oh my goodness, I just had breakfast. Oatmeal, nothing bad. uh, for most channelers, I believe, and some channelers, they'll have another voice or a change in their voice when they're speaking. But for me, my messages are almost as if it's something that's being relearned in my mind. And it's almost as if I'm re speaking to myself to understand this message in my heart. The truth is, the knowledge is within you, it's always within you. Our DNA contains all of the past lives and experiences we have had in all the incarnations we've had on this planet. Like the Akashic Records are within all of us. Don't fear who you are, because the reality is that is the biggest way that can prevent you from seeing who you are, is to make you be afraid and to make you feel judged or crazy. But don't let those feelings control who you are, because you are you, and you are the only one who can ever be you. Rise up, grow into your power, grow yourself into something new. You are the one you've been waiting for all of my life. Show yourself. I got a little singy there. Because, like I've said, my true passion is my voice, and I love singing. Music is what brings me the happiest and joy in my life, besides my kitties, of course. And of course, of teaching love. Music is such a powerful vibration if you're listening to positive thoughts. Another song that I think is very beautiful, and one of my favorite artists that I listen to, her name is Molly Sandén. Sandén. She is from Iceland. Her voice is one of the most beautiful angelic voices I've ever heard. Her music has changed me and helped me so much, especially the song Spread a Little Light. That is one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard. You must spread a little light tonight. Tonight, tonight. Give me just a little sign and I'll be fine. Send a little love cause it's getting dark. No one should be alone cause it's getting cold tonight, tonight, tonight. Spread a little light tonight, tonight, tonight. That was a bad ending, that one, but I think most people get the gist of what I'm saying today. Is that it's time that we rise up and make a difference. It's time that we get out there and start doing something to make a difference in this reality. How can we sit and do nothing anymore while the world around us is falling apart? While the governments of the world are pushing people and speech into silence? They're stopping the reality here, but people don't see it because they're so controlled by the media of our world that they don't see that they're being controlled. Propaganda is the biggest thing that governments do to prevent you from seeing your reality. The reality is, propaganda has existed in our governments and our worlds for a very long time. Look at the Nazi Party, for example. Propaganda was their biggest tool in preventing their society from seeing what they were truly doing. Now, when we understand the fact that the United States government, at the end of the World War II, took many of these Nazi Party sympathizers and scientists and brought them into our own community. What? Why is that okay? That, in my personal opinion, shows that the American government uses propaganda to prop up their ideals. Stop listening to the news. Or if you're going to listen to the news, understand that it's manipulating you. And laugh at it, like I do. When I watch the news at other places or I see it on TV, to me it just makes me laugh. Because I understand what's really being taught. I understand the underlining messages. And the reality is these messages are not only in our media, but in our TV shows, in our music, not all, but some, in our art, in our way of life. Look at our cities. Why do we live in enormous cities, but yet we know none of us live in communities together? We live in our own separate houses or apartments or spaces that divide us from one another. We should live in communities together with love and light in our day and happiness and laughter. These are the most powerful gifts that we are given. We are divided and yet we do not see it. Why do we live in different so-called countries? This world is one beautiful earth. There's these invisible lines that divide us, most people don't see. The reality is we are one united planet. But yet, you live in England and I live in the United States. But how are these places different from each other, besides the fact that they're miles and miles apart? They're both on this same planet. They're both filled with humans that want to love and feel love. Is it not? It is true that we have been divided for so long, but now we as the Wayshores must start making a difference. We must start coming together and building a new community. A community founded on love and light for all. Love the gifts that you are given. Trust the gifts that you are given. Do not fear the gifts that you are given because others make you feel that you're not worthy or that you're a crazy person. Because the reality is, if you were crazy, why are there thousands upon hundreds of thousands of people in this reality that understand our reality? That's what helped me the most in understanding who I was. Because at first I truly did believe I might be crazy. But finding this community helped me so much in understanding that I'm not the only one. I have many people around me, not physically, but people all around me in the universe, on this planet, that understand the reality. And so, what I would like to do with this message is, I believe, as a member of the 144K thousand light workers, I believe that it's so important that this message spread and that others see it. And if you believe in these words, spread it yourself. Do not fear posting it on your own page. Do what is right for you, not what is right for others. That's wrong. Do what is right for you, because then it will do right for others. That was what I meant to say. Because we are the ones who will make this difference possible. Now, I feel like I'm kind of ranting a little bit, but please trust in who you are. Do something to make a difference today, not tomorrow or a week from now. Start making your changes today. Start making a difference today. Do not be afraid of who you are. I am no longer afraid to speak my truths like I was in the beginning, because I'm no longer afraid of the judgments of others, because I do not let those judgments change or affect how I feel or love myself and how I choose to love others. This is probably a very long video, I'm not totally sure. But I will end my message today as the same way as I always do. As Gania, I bring you love and light into your day. The vibration of love, may it be in your heart always. Hey, na, na, ya, na. Hey, na, ya, na. Na, na. Love and light. And the last message that I'll give today, and I've said this many times now, is stand up. Stand up. Rise up. Make a difference today. Rise up for what's right, and rise up for the light that is within you and within all of us. Rise up in love and light. I love you, little baby. And this little baby too.